Today on Newscenter, MSU Care Fair, Resume Blitz, and MSU's plan to keep retention rates high. Learn about a new club on campus and meet the new assistant volleyball coach. All this and more today on Newscenter.
Good evening and welcome to Newscenter. I'm Chris Nolan.
And I'm Haley Murphy. This is your news for February 21st, 2013.
As part of Challenge for Change, the Center for Regional Engagement, along with SGA, held their annual More Care Fair. Newscenter's Adam Black has more.
The More Care Fair took place Monday and Tuesday this week in Ada, giving students a chance to volunteer and help the community, says SGA member Adrian Tapp.
We have the Challenge for Change going on right now, and this is one of our events that we've done for the past 3 years, and it's a great way to get a lot of the students involved and get a lot of work done in a little bit of time.
The fair had multiple activities students at MSU could participate in, including making hygiene kits and blankets for the homeless shelter, Easter cards for the local nursing home, and care packages for the military. TAP says students who participated in the event were able to log their service hours and know that they are making a difference in the community.
It makes a huge difference because you're taking time out of your day to do something for someone else, and it's so simple. It doesn't hardly take any time or effort, and you know that you're really making an impact on someone in the community.
TAP also says it's important to volunteer, and volunteering provides students with practical experiences.
Volunteerism helps you become a more well-rounded student. It provides you with a lot of practical experience as well as a lot of growing experiences. You get to know a lot of people in the community, you get to know what the real issues are and how you can address those types of things.
Reporting for Newscenter, Adam Black.
Morehead State University strives to make students successful by looking at the retention rates from year to year. A Mayor reporter takes a closer look on retention and what it means to the university.
Morehead State University works each year to understand retention rates on campus and attempts to present every student with an opportunity for success.
In broad terms, I definitely look at that more on a student-by-student level. Obviously, it's all about student success, and once we get them here, then we have an obligation, a firm obligation, to each and every student on this campus to ensure that they can be successful. And by that, we have to provide the tools, the necessary resources, and make a way for them to be able to complete their degrees within 4, even up to 6 years.
Each year, retention rates at MSU fluctuate.
For the first-time, full-time bachelor degree-seeking student from Fall of 11 cohort, it's 66.2%, which is a little bit of a dip from the year prior, but the university is working collaboratively together to create a comprehensive plan composed of several strategies in ways that we can improve that. Also, get back to where we were, but continue to improve it at least to the 80% range.
MSU currently has plans to improve retention rates for students.
We monitor from grades to, looking at predictive modeling of where they are trying to pull up any of those gaps. And once we get those gaps addressed, then maybe to the point where they reach that summit of degree completion.
The university has goals set for retention rates in the future.
Well, I can tell you the goal right now is 80%. Obviously, we would like to see that as 100%, because even at 80%, that means 2 out of every 10 students are losing, and we don't want that to be any student that enters our doors. So the goal is to get it back up to the 80% range with some of the strategies that I've laid out, but that's definitely not a stopping point for us.
Reporting for Newscenter, this is a Mayor reporter.
After backlash from customers, the producers of Maker's Mark have decided to reverse the decision to cut the amount of alcohol in their famous whiskey. Due to a supply shortage, Maker's Mark Chief Operating Officer Rob Samuels said the company planned to lower the alcohol volume from their historic 45% to 42%. Recently, the company faced issues keeping up with demand of their product. Samuels said much of their feedback came from social networking, which led to discovering customers would rather face a supply shortage than see a change in Maker's Mark bourbon.
Senator Rand Paul announced yesterday that he will be doing his part to lessen the national deficit. Paul's Senate office is returning $600,000 to the U.S. Treasury, money Paul says his office saved by watching every expenditure from their $3.5 million office budget. Since taking office in 2011, Senator Paul has returned more than $1 million to the Treasury.
We'll be right back after the break for a quick look at weather with Don Young and Newscenter Notices featuring David Gillum.
Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Steve.
Join us in April for a new program on MSUTV featuring artists and their artwork.
That's right. We're going to talk with artists about what art means to them and how they do what they do.
Poets, painters, songwriters, sculptors, welders, fabricators, weavers, makers, shakers, yes, even bakers of all kinds may join us.
So check out Art This in April and tell every artist you know there's a new venue in town, and it's called
Art
This.
And now, some tips for campus living. Do not run on the sidewalks. Always pay attention when crossing a crosswalk. Always properly dispose of trash in a trash receptacle. No smoking at any time at any place on campus. Follow these steps, and campus will be a better place for everyone.
Hi, my name is Stevie Vaughn, and I am a Convergent Media major. The best thing about this newly created major is that I have the ability to pick up new skills in every field of communications, so that I'll be prepared once I graduate. I really enjoy the hands-on experience in classes, and I'm always challenged to find more effective ways to communicate. Morehead State University provides me with the tools to succeed and pursue my goals. My name is Stevie Vaughn, and I'm ready to take on the world.
Welcome back to Newscenter. I'm Don Young. Right now we're sitting at about 40 degrees outside, so not too bad for being February, but we could be seeing a little warmer temperatures. At the same time, could be a lot cooler, and there's no rain in the area yet, but it's on its way. But it could have been a lot colder. Back in 1896, it was 0 degrees outside, so not quite as good as 1997 at 72, but we'll take what we can get at 40. Taking a look at the rest of your temperatures across the Commonwealth, you can see Frankfort seeing temperatures around 36, Lexington seeing the same. A little cooler up towards Covington, working your way towards Cincinnati at 32, but about the same across. A little slightly warmer down in Bowling Green, temperatures around 43, so pretty nice down that way. London seeing the same. Jackson, slightly cooler, about the same as our area, and moving up into Ashland around 35 as well. So pretty average, upper 30s and low 40s across the whole state right now. Right now, taking a look at your Doppler radar, courtesy of WKYT, you can see those storms I mentioned a moment ago that are going to be working their way into the area. And those storms, there's going to be quite a wintry mix. We're going to be seeing snow, ice, rain, a little bit of everything. It's all going to be in the fluctuation of that temperature and what it does overnight. So we're going to be seeing that coming in later. Taking a look at your planner, see around 8 o'clock we're going to start seeing that light mix arrive, and moving into 11, it's going to be seeing a little bit more snow working its way into the area. But for now, we'll go ahead and take it to Newscenter Notices.
Today on Newscenter Notices, we have with us David Gillum, the host of Morehead Today. How are you doing today, David?
Doing good. How are you, Haley?
Doing good. My first question is, how did you become the host of Morehead Today?
Well, it was last semester. I was approached by the director of the show, and we had just been talking about some possible things that I could do with the show, and it just ended up happening.
And you actually left Newscenter to join that show, correct?
Yeah, I previously did work on the show. I was the assignment editor last semester, and then I just moved in to a role where I was back on camera again. I had been back on camera since I was an anchor for Newscenter, so it's been a while.
That show is a lot different. Like, what goes into planning that show each week?
It's a lot more of one-on-one interviewing. I have to do, we figure out who we're going to have on the show. We have to book them, send them emails, get in contact with them, ask them if it's okay if they can come on, if they're willing to come on. And then we have to figure out what we're going to talk about, figure out the actual content of what's going to happen when we're actually in the interview.
So, well, when it comes to booking guests, like what kind of qualities do you look for when someone you want to interview?
I look for someone who is really making news, on whether it be on campus or in the community, someone who people are asking questions about in their own casual conversations. I want to talk to people that other people, that viewers may have questions for, and try to get those questions answered for all of them.
Who have you had on the show so far this semester?
So far, our first show, we had President Wayne Andrews, MSU president, so that was a big one. We had some really good conversations concerning like the safety of the school and what his plan is for the future of MSU. We also had the Assistant Vice President of Enrollment Services, Jeffrey Lyles. He came on to talk about our record enrollment, and then we had Dean Kett on last week. So we've had a pretty star-studded show so far. It's been
some
so
big
far
names
so good. Yeah,
for
for sure.
Do you have any big future guests planned?
Well, we're hoping to get Sean Woods on eventually. I know it's kind of a busy time of the year for him with tournament play on its way, so we're going to try to get him on eventually, and I don't know, we'll just see who starts doing stuff and who starts making the news, and we'll have him on.
Do you feel like this opportunity with this show is going to help you in your future? Is it something that you might want to do beyond college?
Oh, I definitely feel like it is something that will help me with my future, and that not just More Today, but all of the shows on MSUTV that I've worked on have all really benefited me in like interviewing skills, editing skills, and even being an overall leader and showing people how to do things, teaching people other things. It's been a great experience so far.
What are you're graduating in May, correct?
I do graduate in May.
What are your future plans? Do you want to be on camera, behind the scenes? Are you looking to work in news? What are your plans?
I want to be a reporter. I want to be a broadcast news reporter. I did an internship over the summer at WKYT, and that really solidified that's really the direction I want to take. So that was a lot of fun, and I've decided that I want to go into that after graduation. Where is still up in the air. I'm not really sure. Honestly, I'll probably just send out my resumes, and which the first person that bites at me is probably where I'll end up going.
So you're open-minded.
Very open-minded. I feel like I could go a lot of different directions, but I'm willing to do whatever to advance in my career. So.
Right, do you feel like grad school might be in the future for you?
Maybe eventually. Not quite. I'm ready to kind of test the waters a little bit and see maybe what I can find out there in the workforce right now. But maybe someday I might go back and get a little more school. So.
All right. Well, where and when can our viewers see your show?
We're on actually the same channel, MSUTV, channel 77. We're on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 5:30. And then you could also go to the MSUTV.net website and see all of the episodes there.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for today.
Thank you.
Thank you again for coming, DeRay. We'll be right back with a little bit more in-depth look at weather.
Eagle Lake is only a short walk away and allows you to escape from everyday life. You can exercise and relieve stress by walking around the lake, or you can just sit back and enjoy the view. Eagle Lake is the perfect place to go to relax, but in the next few months it's going to get even better. So what are you waiting for? Go up to the lake. You know you want to.
Welcome back. Temperature's still sitting at around 40 degrees out. We're going to see that drop about 8 degrees overnight, and that's where we're going to be seeing that wintry mix come into effect I was talking about earlier. Still pretty sunny outside, although it's obviously the sun's going down. Humidity's sitting at around 50%, so that's about the same as it has been the past few days. Winds still a little windy outside, and that's what's giving that wind chill so cold out. Around 16 miles an hour northeast direction. Taking a look at your temperatures again across the Commonwealth, like I said earlier, down in Bowling Green, temperatures around 43. Pretty same across the whole Commonwealth, upper 30s and low 40s, so about the same. Taking a look at your Doppler radar, courtesy of WKYT, you can see those storms I was talking about earlier, how they're kind of working their way into the area, but we're probably mostly going to be seeing more of the rain. Now we'll take a look at the national radar. You can see those storms a lot better. If we were any further north, you can see that sharp line of snow, and we're just kind of right above that, sitting right in that area. So we're going to be seeing a mix, like I said, of snow, rain, sleet, ice, a little bit of everything. So just be prepared for everything, and probably shouldn't drive too much tonight. Avoid the roads if you can. Like I said, that storm should be working its way out over the next few days, and then we won't have to worry about it. Once again, on the satellite coverage, you can see just the pure mass of that storm and how big it really is. There's a few clouds and little snowstorms back up north, as I was talking about, in the New England area, and those storms are going to be pushing their way out as well. Temperatures kind of vary. Down in Florida, seeing beautiful weather, temperatures around 83, so just awesome down there, and just right around in our area, 25, 30, just really cold across the whole deal. Texas also seeing slightly warmer temperatures, but still quite cool across the United States right now. And looking into tonight, we're going to be seeing those showers and things I was talking about earlier with the wintry mix. We are under a winter storm advisory, so just keep that in mind and just watch out for tonight, because it's really all going to vary what that temperature does and probably be slightly different in every area, just based if it's hitting that freezing mark or not. We're going to be seeing the sunset around 6:23 with a low of 23 tonight, so pretty cold. Few showers, like I said, into tomorrow. It's going to be warming up quite a bit, but once again will be windy, but should feel a lot better out tomorrow than today. But we can't have both sunshine and warm temperatures, so going to be seeing some rain and mostly clouds tomorrow. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Friday, like I said, a high of 51 with a low of 33 with some showers in the area. And then moving into Saturday, we're still going to be seeing those showers here and there, probably more scattered. Temperatures dropping back down to 42 with a low of 26 overnight. Moving into Sunday, seeing a little bit of sunshine moving back into the area with a high of 46 and a low of 29. Monday, temperatures warming back up to 50, but rain coming back into the area. Like I said earlier, you can't have sunshine and warm weather at the same time. And then a low of 32 for Monday night. Tuesday, moving back into some snow with a high of 35 and a low of 25. So guys, definitely some nasty weather moving back into the area. Maybe a little break Saturday with a little warmer temperatures, but that's going to be dropping right back down. So
it's typical for this time of year. I feel like we always get a little taste of spring and then it just goes right away.
Likes to tease you. The groundhog didn't see its shadow, so. Oh well, we'll go ahead and take it to sports.
The Morehead State women's golf program has been picked first in the league's 2013 preseason poll. In the past 4 seasons, they have finished in the top 3 of the Ohio Valley Conference Championship. Rounding out the top 5, following MSU's 80 total points, Jacksonville State followed with 72, Murray State with 67, Belmont with 52, and Austin Peay with 46. Beginning next week and continuing through April, MSU is slated to play in 5 regular season tournaments. Coach Stephanie Barker says that their main focus right now is to improve each week and each tournament. Morehead State's men's bowling team recently won the 2013 Back Hall Direct Hoosier Classic. The event is the largest USBC collegiate event of the season and took place February 16th and 17th. The event featured 77 men's teams and 55 women's teams. MSU entered match play with the top seed and went on to win the event with a 4-2 win over Wichita State. With the season winding down, teams will now be gearing up for the USBC sectional qualifiers. The Morehead State Lady Eagles defeated the Jacksonville State Gamecocks Monday night at Johnson Arena with an inning score of 68-54. The victory in the Ohio Valley Conference was led by junior guard Allie Turner with an outcome of 8 3-pointers while reaching her career high of 28 points. JSU remains winless at 0-26 overall and 0-14 in the conference. The MSU Lady Eagles return to action Monday night against Murray State at 6 p.m. Last night, the Morehead State men's basketball Eagles fell to Murray State in the double overtime after a tough-fought match. Morehead State came back from a 20-point deficit to force the double overtime, but Murray State pulled ahead with a 7-0 run, causing the 106-100 loss. With the loss, the Eagles slipped to a 13-15 overall with a record of 7-7 in league play. Coach Sean Woods gave Murray State credit for their win and remarked on how proud he was for the Eagles for their resiliency, and the Eagles' next match takes place this Saturday in Oakland, Michigan. Former MSU basketball star Kenneth Fareed recently became the first NBA player to join Athlete Ally. The organization is devoted to fighting homophobia in sports. Fareed, a forward for the Denver Nuggets, said becoming a part of Athlete Ally gives him the opportunity to spread a message of inclusiveness to the NBA and the country. The issue of gay rights hits home for Fareed, who was raised by a lesbian couple that entered into civil union in 2007. Athlete Ally issued a press release stating that Fareed will act as a liaison between the organization and the NBA. Recently, the Morehead State volleyball team hired a new assistant volleyball coach. Marky Owens has more with the story.
This fall, a new face will be joining the Morehead State volleyball coaching staff. Assistant coach Ed Tolentino. Newscenter asked what brought him here.
Actually, the head coach, Jamie Gordon, is a good friend of mine and actually a professional peer, and he thought of me when an opening came up, and he invited me down.
Coach Tolentino is bringing tons of success with him to the MSU volleyball program.
Recently, just came from Georgia Tech as an assistant volleyball coach. Our first year, or my first year there, we went to the NCAA tournament. Ended up flying out to UCLA to play Baylor in the first round. I was also coached a couple All-Americans throughout that process, and the last one being Monique Mead. That was a third-team All-American.
He has good plans with the volleyball team's future.
Well, Morehead has already a great base, and they're doing some great things. I want to help add on to that and raise the bar a little bit higher. Help with the recruiting aspect and mentor our other assistant, and hopefully that we can raise the level of what we have. There's some great things happening here. The plans for the new facility that's on the horizon, and with that and how we're doing the OVC, we're looking for higher standards.
Coach Tolentino is entering a great program with MSU volleyball and hopes to add to the program. Reporting for Newscenter, Marky Owens.
And now for Newscenter's famous sports trivia. Which MSU senior boy basketball player scored the most points in last night's game against Murray State? Is it A, Jason Holmes, B, Devin Atkinson, C, Milton Chavez, or D, Kaylil Owens?
Well, unfortunately, I missed the game last night, so I'm going to have to go with A.
I was actually there last night, so I heard the name Milton Chavez an awful lot, so I'm going to go with C.
I'm going to go with D.
Well, the correct answer is C. Milton Chavez last night scored 22 points, and he also scored 10 out of the 13 points that he did on the three-foot line, so that was pretty awesome. It was a really great game.
Yeah, whenever you have like a major comeback like that, it always makes for a good show.
All right, we'll be right back after this break.
All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think, we become. I'm Tony Hobbs, host of MSPR's new show, Good Vibes. Each week, I'll be sifting through hours of material to bring you the best in adult alternative music. You can expect to hear from bands such as Coldplay, Mumford & Sons, The Kicks, and much more. Good Vibes, Mondays from 7 to 10 p.m. on Morehead State Public Radio.
783-8747. 783-8747. Who are you?
Need a ride?
Need a ride? Next time, call the MSU van, 783-8747. We're happy to help.
Discipline. Leadership.
strength. Enroll in Morehead State Army ROTC today and become an Army officer. Morehead State ROTC, leadership, excellence. Located in Button Auditorium.
Last Thursday, a fatal bat disease known as white nose syndrome found its way into Carter Caves State Resort Park. Bats collected from 3 of the park's caves were found infected with this deadly disease. Since 2006, the deadly fungal disease has been spreading across the U.S., resulting in millions of deaths among insect-eating mammals. In January, bats at Kingdom Come State Park, Nature Preserve in Letcher County at Mammoth Cave National Park were found infected with this disease. Since then, it has spread across the Commonwealth, infecting 25 sites in 10 different counties. There is no known cure for white nose syndrome at this time. Carter Caves Park naturalist Coy Ainsley said the park will continue to educate the public about the disease and encourage donations to help researchers determine its cause and find a potential cure.
Harry Potter fans may be delighted to find out about the new club at MSU. Scott Swagger takes a look.
Recently, Morehead State has instituted a new club based on a popular sport called Quidditch from the Harry Potter series.
I've taught a Harry Potter and the Law class for the first time a couple of years ago, and when I was teaching that class, I became aware that there was an International Quidditch Association and started reading about that, and I really appreciated their goals.
Newscenter asked how students interested in the club can join.
All they gotta do is they can come to a practice. They can find one of my members here and talk to them. They can join a Facebook group. But I mean, you just have to meet up with us and learn the rules and then jump in.
Assistant Professor of Legal Studies Kelly Collinsworth spoke on how the club came to be.
Started trying to get it made an intramural sport, and that didn't happen for this year, so we decided to just do it as a club, and really JT's done all the work. I've just been here to help him with paperwork, and he's been the organizer, and they do all of it themselves because they just like it so much.
While most Quidditch teams travel and participate in matches, Morehead State's team has suffered some slight setbacks.
Yeah, we have games. We haven't got to have any yet this semester or last semester because of getting started as a club and all that. It's a slow process. So we got to get some funds going. That way we can actually travel.
Reporting for Newscenter, Scott Swagger.
Earlier this week, students at Morehead State University took their first step in the career-finding process.
This past Tuesday and Wednesday, Career Services at Morehead State University helped students get their resumes ready to send to future employers.
Hi, we've got the Resume Blitz going on today. We've got employers who are here reviewing students' resumes, trying to get those resumes polished up before the career fair. I think it's really important to get an employer's opinion on your resume. These are recruiters that look at resumes for a living, make hiring decisions on a daily basis. So we put this together for the students.
Now that students have their resumes critiqued, they can look forward to the next event held by Career Services.
The career fair is coming up on Tuesday, March 5th. We've got 60, 70 employers and graduate programs that are going to be there. So a really good chance for you to connect with a lot of different individuals in a short period of time. That career fair is going to be from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. here on the 3rd floor of ADUC.
One student spoke of his expectation and experiences at the Resume Blitz.
At first I was really nervous about coming to the Resume Blitz because I've never really made a resume before. So I was really nervous about what they were going to say and things that I should do. But after being here, I'm really looking forward to coming to the career fair and seeing what new opportunities they can have for me now that I know how to make a resume.
You're watching Newscenter. Have a good evening.
News.